questions on voting rights. What is the response to Senator McConnell, who was critical of the focus of voting rights on January 6th? That this day was being used to push Democrats' agenda on voting rights. And then, secondly, does the president plan to address voting rights tomorrow, and will he address specifically the filibuster and changing the rules of the filibuster?
Sure. Well, I would say first on the speech tomorrow, I can't believe it's tomorrow, but the speech tomorrow, he will touch on voting rights, but he will have more to say on that soon in a longer format. And the speech tomorrow is more focused on the day, what it means in our history, and the role that some have played in continuing to perpetuate the big lie and perceptions in the country. But he will touch on it. I would note, as it relates to specifically the filibuster, in March, just to go back a little bit here, because I expect we'll be talking about this more, the president said he had, quote, an open mind about dealing with certain things that are just elemental to the functioning of our democracy, like the right to vote, like the basic right to vote. We've amended the filibuster in the past. He's also said previously that senseless obstruction would be a big factor for him, and I think there's no question, objectively, Republicans have not once but 4 times obstructed basic legislation that should not be partisan, but is about upholding our Constitution as they simultaneously attack the most fundamental American right, the right to vote. He also said back in December that if necessary, he supports a rule change to uphold the sacred right of Americans to vote. And this is reflective of the fact that while he is a creature of the Senate and somebody who respects the history of the Senate, he wants the Senate to function. And he wants to move towards and is open to rules changes that will help the Senate function. So I expect he'll have more to say about that, but I just wanted to note a couple of the things he said, including right before Christmas.
Sorry, you said a longer format down the line. Is there another speech planned on voting rights?
We'll have more to say soon, but he'll have more to say tomorrow, past tomorrow, in another format about voting rights. Go ahead, Emily.
I wanted to kind of piggyback on what my colleague was just saying, because I was wondering, does he plan to visit the Senate at all and do a full federal speech on reform, just as he did when he went to the House regarding the infrastructure bill? Can we see that? And back on the speech again, I know you can't give out everything, however, in calling out Trump, is he also going to speak directly to his own party that have stood in the way of the filibuster?
Well, again, I would just note that tomorrow, while he will touch on voting rights, is not a speech about voting rights. And he will have more to say about that soon. In terms of the location and the format, I don't have anything to preview for you at this point in time. But I think you can expect he will make a passionate case for voting rights, as he has done on a number of occasions in the past, and he will do that soon.